Welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead, and the first garden tour of 2025. We have been showing the work on the greenhouse, so I'm super excited to show what the plants are looking like. I wanted to real quick say Ryan fixed this window on the last video. So it is a functional window now, and it is helping with airflow. But we're gonna go in to this large door because we still need to fix the main door. So we use this larger door that we fixed. Again, there's still a mess on this side. We have a shed. My solution is coming. We have a shed to build to put most of this stuff in, but the garden is here. So I'm going to show you each of the plants that we have planted this year. These tomatoes are still for sale, so they're kind of getting sold as people want the varieties that I have, and these tomatoes will be planted by the garden, the playground, the garden. My plan for these tomatoes is to plant them next to the playground. So the kids, they're all cherry varieties of tomatoes. So we have a large red cherry that's gonna go by the garden. Super sweet. The CV stands for container variety. I've actually never grown tomatoes in a container, so I might be experimenting with this one to put it in a container to give a good update on that. Black cherry, which is my personal favorite. It's very similar to chocolate cherry. Snowball keeps rubbing up on me. You want to be on film? All right. And then over here is a yellow pear. That's my kid's favorite. I'm not a huge fan of yellow pear. And then a question mark. So there's going to be one random one over there, and we'll see if we can identify as it grows. In the ground, in the greenhouse, on this right side, I have 2 huckleberry plants. This is my first time having success with getting the plant this large. So I'm pretty excited to taste the huckleberry fruit and see how they do. And if they overwinter, I don't think so. I think on the package it says treat as an annual, but we'll see if they survive longer than the package says because they're in a greenhouse and protected. I don't know. I really don't know. Then right here underneath the window, we have a lupine flower. This is also my first time growing this type of flower. So I'm really looking forward. And there's horse poop scattered all throughout. It's not looking beautiful yet, guys. This is just garden tour number 1, where we're at, keeping it real. Over here, I have Clemson spineless okra. I have 4 plants of that. I'm really hoping to pickle them this year. These are the Clemson spineless. 4 plants of them. And right here is burgundy. So it's okra, has the same taste, but they're these really cool purple looking okras. When you fry them, they turn the same color as the others. But as they're growing, they're really beautiful. Over here in this corner, Haley and I are calling it Snapdragon Corner. We have a few little baby snapdragons started. Right here, I planted some Shasta daisies. I'm not sure if they're gonna make it. They're trying. Oh, there's one. This one's doing the best. We might get one daisy plant to grow. And along this back wall are these really pretty rose bushes. I did not plant these. These have been here. I don't even know how long, but they have really pretty purple leaves. And if you've been following the channel for any length of time, you know I kill pretty much all rose plants. So the fact that there are some established rose bushes on this property is really exciting. The next flowers we have are nasturtiums, and we have a little row of nasturtiums. I love these. They remind me of the way a lily pad looks, and I really love tadpoles and frogs, so I just really like how the design of these leaves look. These are edible. All parts of the plant are edible, and to me they have a light spicy wasabi flavor, the leaves. Really nice to add to salads. So I'm hoping this one's really bushing out fast. So excited to see that. Next, I have the classic marigolds. I love marigolds. They attract ladybugs, which are some of my favorite insects. This one's hanging in there. Most of them are doing really well. And then over here, I have 4 giant marigolds. And I'm not sure if that means they're gonna get taller like sunflowers or if their blooms are just gonna be giant. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what these giant marigolds do. Definitely here for the ride for these giant marigolds. And then in this corner, I put my foxglove. This is my first time growing foxglove, so I wasn't exactly sure how tall it will get. Going to also have to check the plant label. Here's Snowball again. Because I think, please don't crush that plant. Really, Snowball? I think they're supposed to come back every year. I think they're perennials. Then I have some cucumbers planted there. And I'm hoping to vine them up along the wall. I'll keep you posted on some of my ideas for that and how it's going to work. And we come into a row of tomatoes. I kept my tomatoes really simple this year. I just did 10 plants, but I did a different variety of plants. So it's 10 different varieties. Okay, I got to get Snowball off of those plants. Get out. No. And we have had some amazing rain, and just since putting these plants out here, they have really shot up a couple inches already. So the first one here we have is Roma. And these are good canning salsa tomatoes. The next one is a beefsteak. Again, another pretty original variety, pretty classic, pretty common. Then we have black creme. This tomato is a really beautiful purple color. And I love the taste of the purple tomatoes over yellow tomatoes. I'm super sad I didn't have any more pink brandywine seed, so definitely gonna have to add a pink brandywine next year. But this is black creme. Cherokee purple, another purple tomato. It was struggling a bit after the rain, but it's really stiffened up. Yellow brandywine. Now this is an exception to the yellow. I like the way yellow brandywine tastes. I'm not a fan of yellow pear, but I really like the yellow brandywine, and they're just really large yellow tomatoes. Over here is my only Matt's Wild Cherry. This happens to be my favorite cherry tomato to grow. The seed I used was very old, so I'm gonna have to order more of these. And I only got 1 plant, so it's doing good. And every year it always gets the latest start. For whatever reason, it takes the longest to sprout. But once it gets going, it is like, it will take over. It'll just grow. It'll be huge. Next, we have Sweetie. This one was looking a little sad this morning. It has perked up. It's a little hot. They aren't used to being outside. I didn't, yeah, so this is just the Sweetie. It's not the container variety. Again, another small cherry tomato. Anyway, the ones that were going in my garden, I didn't acclimate. I just kind of said, good luck. So that's what's going on here. This is a little bit of transplant shock. And there's some trash. Again, we're still cleaning up in here, guys. We're doing our best. This one's looking great. What is this one? Large red cherry. This one is really shot up. When I planted it, it was like to right here. Oh, I planted 4 days ago. I meant to mention that in the beginning. We planted this garden 4 days ago in the ground. And then, da-da-da-da, it's no surprise since the dark tomatoes are my favorite. I have a black cherry here. Black cherry and chocolate cherry. So yummy to me. Snowball, get off my plants. They're struggling to survive. You can sleep under it when it gets big. Please, please, please. I'm gonna have to kick you out. I know this is your home and your domain. And we found so much mouse poop in those walls. That's a big reason we have him in here. Okay, sweetie container variety. Sweetie container variety. That's what's over here. Also doing really good. So we'll see if that one stays real small. That'd be interesting. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with those container varieties. My first year growing them. Then we come over here and we have our hot peppers. This is our hot pepper patch. And this is our sweet pepper patch. We were gonna do it opposite. Boop, boop. But we had more sweet peppers and I wanted them to have the more space than we had hot peppers. So the kids have been warned and I hope they really listen because these ones are the ones that can kind of hurt when you eat them. So here we go. Pepper plants. We are using these old trampoline springs to hold down the water. So these first 3 here are lemon drop. Super hot, but very delicious flavor. Then we have 1 cayenne pepper that grew. And then we have 2 santakas, a very spicy Asian pepper. Greek peppercini and Greek peppercini. And then early jalapeno, medium jalapeno, early jalapeno, serrano. Then I have 1 Paseo Bajío pepper, and it's looking really pretty. A sweet banana pepper. Sweet banana. Sweet banana. And then somebody removed this, which is very bad. That's a Thai hot, and that is an incredibly spicy pepper. It's going to need that on there. Nobody's going to want to be surprised by that. Then we have 1 Anaheim. I had a request for like 5 of these plants and I only had 2. So I gave her 1 and I kept 1. So I've got 1 in my garden, she's got 1 in her garden. And then I have 4 Advarskis. For the past 4 years, I have been trying to grow this plant because I love Living Traditions Homestead channel. And they recommended these peppers. And every year I try and grow them. They never make it because it's my own fault. Because they get mixed up with the others and I don't pay attention to them. Anyway, I'm really hopeful. And it's why I planted so many extras. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. We're gonna taste an Advarski pepper this year. I am determined. All right, most of the sweet peppers are mini bells. So I'll just take you down the rows and we'll see. I think the mini bells start there and then it's all mini bell. And I plan on selling the fruit. If it produces enough, I plan on selling like farmers market mini bell peppers, and I'm super excited about that. All right, this pepper here and this pepper here are both Grand Bell Mix Sweet. So I don't know what color they're gonna be, but they're the Grand Bell peppers. There's some little weeds starting. Then we have a Carnival Bell pepper right here. And then 3 of my absolute favorites, habanadas. Instead of habanero, it's habanada. They do have a kick to them though, but they are not even as spicy as like a jalapeno, but they do have a little kick to them. They got a little muddy in the rain, and maybe their little thing got on them. Then, oh, my most favorite tasting pepper is the Violet Sparkle from Baker Creek. So I think I've got 4 of them this year. 1, 2, 3, and 3. I've got 3 Violet Sparkles this year. Because then we go back to the Carnival blend. So yummy. So yummy. If you like sweet peppers, you must try Violet Sparkle in your garden. Then over here is another Grand. I told you about this one already. Grand Belle. Then right here we have, oh, there's the other Violet Sparkle. I knew I had 4. You're in the wrong spot. It's okay. You'll do well there. Then we start on Mini Bells. Mini Belle. Mini Belle. Mini Belle. I realized I haven't actually counted how many I planted. Let's do it. Okay, here's where they start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That plant is really pretty. 6, 7, 8. Looking a little sad, but you're gonna pull through. 9. Let's just double check. Yep. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Not sure if 14's gonna pull through. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I knew I had done a bunch. 19. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm hoping to be able to provide mini bell peppers for my area. Super cool. So there's our sweet peppers for the year. 19 mini bells, some Violet Sparkles, habaneras. Here's how it's looking 4 days after planting into the ground. They're gonna bush up and look so beautiful. I just know it. I'm not sure what my dogs are barking at. Oh great, did they get out? This is the last patch of the garden, and that's the watermelon plants. Ryan and I kind of had a little tiff the other day, and he brought me home that as like a, I'm sorry. And I'm so happy because the only other thing I was planting in here was melons and cucumbers. So this is our melon and cucumber. And I did not write down where we planted everything. I have sticks, so I know those are melons and cucumbers, but I don't know what variety. So I have to apologize. I can tell you the variety Ryan gave me. It's called Watermelon Jubilee. We planted some cantaloupe in here. That was just a seed pack from my church that I purchased a while back, I think 3 years ago. I think the cantaloupe are right there. That is my best guess on the cantaloupe. And then we have Kajari melons. They're these super delicious, adorable tiny melons. And they're really fun to grow on trellises. So I might be looking at a way to trellis these. I did them on an archway at my old house, and I think that was the garden year of 2023. If you want to search that video, maybe I can link it here. So I have Kajari melons, and I want to say it's another small variety of melon. You know what? I'm going to go in and find the seed packs. I will go in and find the seed packs. And then we have an English cucumber and then another type of cucumber over there. I said I wasn't going to do that. I said I'm going to have all of my plants labeled this year, so when I do a garden tour, I will know each and every plant by name. So the Melon Patch is kind of anything goes. I didn't plant my mini pumpkins. I'm kind of thinking about planting them in my front yard. What do you think? Yay or nay? Give me a thumbs up or comment below, mini pumpkins in the front yard or something, so I can know what your opinion is. Is it too late? Should I give it a try? Let me know what you think, and I will update you that in the next garden tour if I planted mini pumpkins or not. Because that was the one thing I really wanted this year. I really wanted mini pumpkin patch. But we are keeping this garden simple this year. As you can see, we just did tomatoes, peppers, okra, and melons and cucumbers and flowers. So in the past, I try and do more varieties, but this is kind of like we really need to get the greenhouse finished. I'm super proud of how many plants we actually got planted and how many I actually started. I got a late start on a few things, and things are going okay, even though I started a little later. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this garden tour. I'm loving this space. My heart is so full with gratitude. Full of gratitude. Just so grateful to Heavenly Father, to people who found us this house, to the people we bought the house from. This is my dream space, and it's like plopped down in the exact area I needed it for my kids' school and their sports, and just my heart is full. So grateful you're along on the journey with us, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. You know you want to. Just kidding. But I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. That helps me out. It helps me know what you are wanting to see more of. All right. Bye.